Hey guys, what is up? It is No Help and welcome back to another video today. So today we're going to be going over the Run Energy changes open beta, as well as they've made some Ironman status changes that I wanted to talk about. Alright, so we're going to just kind of skim over a little bit of this. So this is Run Energy Changes Round 2. One thing to keep in mind is that we're still working towards the same goal as before. Basically to improve the experience for new players so that old school feels less sluggish in early stages. Improve the value proposition for agility levels so that leveling the skill feels impactful in more scenarios. So obviously agility, it's one of those skills that you train all of the time and it doesn't really seem like it gets you anywhere. I feel like maybe graceful might be the most impactful thing, but we're still using energy potions, staminas. And then right here it also says consider the impact of these changes on activities where managing your run energy is a means of skill expression or warrants resource usage, such as Blast Furnace, the Great Olm, or various God Wars dungeon methods. Yeah, of course, because for me, for example, like doing the 1-to-1 at Ulm, and yeah, I have to use like 3 stamina potions to get a single kill. Kind of ridiculous. So the numbers Jagex, what do they mean? So basically energy restoration has been drastically improved across the board. Energy drain is buffed in most scenarios. Leveling your agility will allow you to run for longer. In scenarios where run energy drains more quickly, the increased regeneration should vastly outweigh the increased drain. At level 54 agility and beyond, energy drain is always slower with the new proposal than in the current behavior, even at maximum weight. At lower weights, this breakpoint is always better, occurs at much lower agility levels, and the reduction in energy drain rate is more drastic. So they go over a bunch of the math here. Kind of feel free to pause it or check out the blog yourself if you're interested in reading this, but I just want to look at the chart so we can hop in game. So this is energy restore versus agility level. The red is the old and the blue is the new, so it looks like it's a lot better. Then they go over the energy drain and sort of what this would look like. So drain rate versus the weight. And then the last chart here is drain rate versus the agility level. And then it talks about beta worlds that we can check out. So we need to log into one of these worlds right now. And I guess we can figure everything out. Whoa, does nobody care? Look, there's like nobody on these worlds. Let's just try it out. Oh God. So funny enough, Runelite keeps crashing. I'm gonna try and download the regular client and see if that will, let me log into these beta worlds. Good old Jagex. Yeah, it says right here that it might cause Runelite to crash, but I mean, it's not even letting me download the regular client. Might explain why there's like 5 people on those worlds. Well, that kind of sucks that we don't actually get to check out the open beta, but run energy is a very annoying thing, and I really like these quality of life updates that just make the game better overall, especially if you're a new player coming into the game and run energy is just so annoying. You're trying to explore new areas, do quests, figure things out for the first time, and you're just stopped by run energy that just drains so quickly, and especially in free-to-play too. You imagine that, like, you're just trying the game out, and you can't even get to like Varlamore without having to start walking again, and it takes forever to restore. So I'm a huge fan of that. This came out yesterday, but I didn't have a chance to talk about it. Some Halloween changes and some other miscellaneous changes. So this is the first time I think ever that they had to make a change to a holiday event. I definitely could be wrong. So some players were reporting that Marika didn't believe them when saying they heard the cat, even when they had. To help convince her, we've added a third chat option, which lets you promise you heard the cat if you have in fact heard it, of course. Very funny. Imagine just not being able to complete the event. They've moved a pumpkin decoration in Draenor, so it's once again possible to go cut the oak next to the bank without having to walk all the way around. That's really funny. I can't believe that they did added something in that would kind of make it more annoying for skilling, but it is what it is, right? They're just trying to have fun and do a holiday event. And then it's also a reminder, if you haven't, go visit the farm south of Falador and snag yourself some wicked cosmetics. And then Varlamore, the Rising Darkness changes. So as always, we kept monitoring your feedback, which has led to the following fixes. So using the refiner at the Mastering Mixology minigame whilst wearing ferocious gloves will no longer make your gloves get stuck to the machine and cause your hands to stretch. What? We've clarified the criteria for the perfect Huicoatl combat achievement. So I guess it wasn't maybe the task description wasn't clear. So the perfect Huicoatl, kill the Huicoatl perfectly 5 times without leaving. To get a perfect kill, you must not take any avoidable damage from the Huicoatl's lightning attack, tail slam attack, or off prayer projectile attack. So that seems fairly difficult to do, but maybe not, I don't know. This is the one I really wanted to talk about. So Ironman status changes. Now this is very important. So this week also brings an important update for Ironman. Previously, some Ironman chose to lock their Ironman status permanently, something I personally did. In case you ever get hacked, imagine just some asshole logging into your account and I'm gonna de-iron him, all my 7 years of progress gone. So worrying that a hijacker might downgrade it behind their back, obviously, right? However, over the years, we've seen an increasing number of Ironman regret this. I don't know how you could regret that. Maybe you go super dry at Chambers of Xeric, like me maybe, and then you just want to buy that twisted bow maybe, but I can't imagine putting so much effort into your account and then basically turning it into a main. I believe Solo Mission actually did this though, but I could be wrong about that too, but I'm pretty sure he did. Additionally, we now have Jagex accounts bringing updated security options to keep hijackers out of the account in the first place. Therefore, as of today's update, the old permanent option is no longer available. If you previously logged your Ironman status permanently and now wish to downgrade, you can do so, provided you have the security of a Jagex account to protect your status. Ironman who are still concerned about hijackers downgrading them may choose a downgrade cooldown delay of 90 days. Players whose Ironman status is due to downgrade will receive warnings on login, giving them ample chance to visit the Ironman tutor in Lumbridge and cancel the change if they don't want to proceed. Now, how do I feel about this? I guess it's one of those things where I felt a bit more comfortable with my Ironman status always basically being on permanent so that it will never be downgraded again to a regular account. And I kind of felt comfortable with that, right? Because even if, say, I got hacked, hijacked, and a bunch of my items went missing or whatever, right? It's one of those things where it's like that classic saying, invest in yourself and skills, because they can never take that away, right? So it was one of those things where the status is I'd never wanted that to get taken away. Also, if say you got hijacked and got turned into a main account, it'd be a lot easier to transfer all that wealth over to another account. You just trade them, boom, done. And the other thing I have a concern about is I have a bunch of friends that play this game. I would say they would play it hardcore for a month or two and then just stop playing for a year, but then come back a year later and play it for a hardcore month or two, right? So say a hijacker gets into their account, they don't play the game for a year and they de-iron them and whatever, they come back, they're done playing, you know what I mean? They've spent a long time playing this Iron Man. Some of them are close to Questcape and stuff like that, but they just take very long breaks. Imagine coming back. And I don't believe any of them even have Jagex accounts either. So imagine coming back a year later and you don't have an Iron Man anymore. Or even say 91 days later, your Ironman status is gone. I guess it's one of those things where it's always good to kind of have another option, like randomly, if I say ever did want to de-iron, which I definitely won't, the option is there, but I don't know how I feel about this one here, Jagex. There's Arclight changes, basically. So after the addition of While Gothic Sleeps, Arclight gained a new feature which allowed players to infuse spent charges to count towards the 10,000 charge total required to upgrade it to the Emberlight. Oh, I forgot about that. That was pretty cool. However, the Arclight depletes to 0 charges. It automatically downgraded to the Darklight, which meant your infusion process was lost. Following your feedback, running out of charges will now create an inactive version of the Arclight, which remains unusable in combat with the same status or the same stats as Darklight, and maintains your infusion process. So that's always good, of course, because you know, imagine working for something, oh, never mind, it's gone. Kind of like that Ironman status thing. And then they of course talk about this, which was supposed to be happening right now, but I guess not. There is a JMod prop hunt Discord event. Okay. JMod draw your suggestions Discords. That's actually pretty cool too if you want to hop into that. It's always nice that they throw on these Discord events. And we've got a merch blog. Actually, that one does look pretty freaking sick. It's one of those things where I'd like to have it, but I'm not spending the money. Especially, it's one of those things too, if I live in Canada, right? So I bought the book, like I think it was called like the First 20 Years book, and I bought like the golden limited edition. It was like $200 or something like that, and I just wanted it, right? I've been playing RuneScape for fucking 10-15 years, and I wanted the book so bad, so I ordered it, and it took 6 months to come in, and because I live in Canada, I had to pay like border taxes on it, so it ended up being like $280. So I'm not paying border taxes on a Halloween pin. Other changes, oh god, this is one long list. So added a visual indicator to Tormented Demons, which shows when they enter their 100% accuracy phase. Nice. Examining the Merles in the 4 Pyramid Plunder lobby reveals how many of each gold chest you've looted. That's actually really cool. The Arclight Slayer Helm now correctly matches your character's skin tone. Uh-oh. The following weapons and armor from Varlamore have been added to the supply chests on the PvP arena. So the Blood Moon, the Eclipse, and the dual little weapons. Lumberjack boots are now correctly proportion to your character. You'll no longer find yourself in an unexpected location when using the passageways to exit the Rogue's Den maze arena. Fixed a bug causing the Skull Scepter to forget its auto cast setting when switching to another weapon and back again. Fixed a bug causing players to teleport a few tiles when standing on the tile directly south of Miss Scurum in Draenor Village. Clicking Vorkat's collection log link no longer sends players to the Whisperers page. Funny. Fixed an issue with the Yanel South agility shortcut. Oh, okay. The Venator ring can no longer be equipped without a Leviathan kill. So, okay. During the Colossal Hydra's special attack, the smaller Hydras are no longer able to attack you. While it didn't affect your ability to play the minigame, we have made sure the Kraken's tentacle is facing the right way during the fishing trawler. The loot tracker no longer counts dropped bones twice. Okay. The Amulet of the Damned effects now works with the Aram set while manually casting as well as auto casting. Updated the set effect wording to reflect this change. Okay. When you use 250 Firelighters to unlock a new colorway for your Phoenix pet, you will now have permanent access to that color. After unlocking once, you can freely use the option to switch between them. Oh my god, you couldn't do that before? That's crazy. Especially imagine being an Iron Man. We know there are some very dedicated fans to old Torva outfit, and while we currently aren't adding it to the game itself, this week we've added the files to the config. This means that Runelite will now be able to utilize the file and give you the option to don the OG style for your own enjoyment. That's cool. I guess it would be annoying to add 2 versions of the armor into the game, so I mean, if you can just do it with a plugin, why not? They're encouraging the Runelite here. It's awesome. It's important to know that when activating it via the Fashionscape plugin, the outfit will only be visible to you, obviously, right? The armor pieces are unavailable in the main game and are therefore untradeable, can't be sold or bought at the Grand Exchange, and will not leave placeholders in your bank. Okay, fixed a farming issue where curing a diseased herb could cause it to transform into a different kind of herb altogether. What? That's crazy. I wonder why the hell that happened. Fixed an issue where the judge in King's Ransom appeared to have a beard but no head. How does this happen? Added the last contract option when using NPC contact, which will allow players to talk to Amy about Mahogany Homes contracts. Enabled spectators scrying into the Theater of Blood to be visible in the 3 waves previously exempt from this, meaning fighters will be able to see their audience. Public chat will be available between the fighters and spectators in the following fights. Nicholas, I can't pronounce any of these names, goddamn. And the latest Deadman mode rug item has been tweaked to make the skulls much clearer. Well, that was a lot to unpack. I was planning on making a video yesterday kind of about the Ironman status changes and the rest of the fixes, but I thought I would throw it all into one bigger video. It's kind of a little unfortunate we couldn't test out some running today, but it is what it is. I will catch you guys in the next video. See ya later.